Salibonani sesibuyile njalo ku podcast yabantu, podcast yomphakathi, podcast yacica yachisa Facebook.
Ayicisha yachisa iFacebook. Kwaba le earthquake.
Bazamaza
umhlaba. For ini athi ngasaswe.
Asiphume khonapho sizobuyela ngelinye ilanga sizoxoxa ngakho. Kodwa bahlali namhlanje njengoba likwazi angihambi ngedwa ngihlala ngihamba lesikolo sezweni. Mina lami ibizo uMjoyful Mpumi imbizo ngephansi leSigodini.
MC Moshaba Mota no DJ Mtokazi. Phansi kwelamajaleni amakhulu kona yani isikolo sezweni. Thina sithi sithemba inkani sothela umuthi namhlanje. Angithi fihlana na fihla sisikolo.
Namhlanje asambi sodwa siphethe intokazi la ngathi ngase ndawenza seSigodini khona ngathi. But uzosichazela ukuthi ubuyapi kuthiwa nguMampala omuhle.
Hawu
Ngathi ngikhuluma ngani ngiyablasha.
Why blush?
Hayi ngeke ukutshisela ngani ngiyajisela.
Producer akula manzi yini ama eyes producer lo boss lady isincedise ngamanzi.
Welcome. Hello, what you blusha?
Kama la blusha lonke.
So nguwa ithi ya blusha.
Nabo abantu beblusha
unjani?
Sikho lapha ehlelweni.
Sophila.
Mehlo matala. Asamoyizeli kosa.
Welcome to the show Mpala podcast yabantu. Siyabonga for honoring the invite ukuthi uyozohlala la isixoxo. Ngoba abantu bafuna ukumazi ukuthi kanti vele yena lo uthiwa nguLindoe Mpala omuhle ngubani?
Okay, mina ngokuzalwa nguLindoe kaMaliphele.
Lindoe.
Yebo.
Sina umuntu sofana uthiwa nguLindoe.
Serious?
Afunda ngeTolojo.
Oh wow. Zasifunda phela. Kayi lamadonki, you understand? So ngathi ubhala ama notes kulapana idonki ingene ikhoti board. Ikhoti board uthi akhangela ubona kusela lokuze. Awusela ama notes.
Okay, igama ngokuzalwa nguLindoe. Second name nguNokwanda. So Tutu mama wathi siyathatha ibirth certificate wahlule ukuqedela ukuthi Lindoe kwaba uLindi kodwa amaniphelele uLindoe. Then isecond name nguNokwanda.
Alright.
So ngiyeza umuntu nje embizethi Nokwanda yabe ngisazi ukuthi umuntu ongazela.
Wazele ekhaya.
Abantu engifunde nabo.
Yeah.
Thank you my producer.
So mina ngokuzalwa ngiphuma eSiphezini duze la seSigodini. Phakathi kwaseSigodini nakubulawayo.
Oh,
okay.
Ngithola stand kunapho.
Khona ngathi.
So ngamakhelwane wakhe.
So born in a family of 4 girls only.
Okay.
I'm the last one.
Uyikho kwathiwa nguNokwanda.
Yes, uNokwanda umama wayelokhe zami abafana kuthe kufika kimi wathi
Kanti uzana nje labafana kodwa.
Never me basitshela.
But ngathi mina it wouldn't be fair for us to start this episode and not address the big elephant in the room. Ithi mina ke sitoma mpa ekhona sathi thina phambi kwamakamera la ku podcast yabantu ngesikwenze kwenye indawo ngaphandle kwe podcast yabantu. Kuyikwaba khona okuthile okwenzekayo ngeepisode yokuqala yethu and then people assumed a lot of things ngoba khona ukukhulunywayo lokungazwisisana okukhona but anyway thina we didn't want to speculate or sithi kumbe lokhu nalokho but for reasons that we had to take that okay it's fine let's take down the podcast.
Yes.
But now we made it available to umuntu ofana noMampa kwevume namhlanje siminvite nansithi thina uqala uhlelo namhlanje zathi thina if because she was thrown around as a victim also on the previous episodes that not thina what we're going to do is we're going to say as i-podcast yabantu on behalf of ama-producers am onke ephelele noJofi lapha himself sihleli sithi thina Mampa omuhle makuyukuthi ku-podcast yethu i-episode number 1 kwakukhona okuthile watshoyo kwangakuhlali kahle wena ngoba on other channels kwabanye abantu kwangona usuyi-victim of certain things that we didn't know.
Yes.
Thina siyakuxolisa siyi-podcast yabantu sithi mayuyu uxolo njengoba la uyibukelile yikho kwenzela wathi ngithi kanti kwenzakalani wothi ngihambe but sicela uthathe i-apology yethu usixolele masakuwonela because into esingayifuneki ukuthi kuthiwa labanye abantu out there that are using your name in vain, maybe to find their own separate bakeries or things esingazaziyo thina. Yikho uvumela namhlanje wathi hayi si-podcast yabantu uzobuya sikuxolise then ususpend uzama utshela uzavuma ukuthi silesixolela umbuthini. So mama, on behalf of i-podcast yabantu siyaxolisa ngo-episode 1.
Angisibona isidingo sokuthi liqolise because mina ayikho into embi engathi mhlawumbe ngayibona lapha. Mhlawumbe ukuthi ngaphikwa in front of kwabantu.
Abadagcine vumile hawo mama.
Khona lokho ukuthi waphike kuqala kodwa uphikelayo.
Hayi phela into leyamtshanga ovalo mama. Waqalisa uma phambi kwe-TV yamakhamera phambi kwakhe ubuzwe. So uyakwazi ukuthi ethi yebo noma ethi cha kodwa into enhle ukuthi wagcina evumile. Siyavumelana mama.
Hayi ngiyavuma yebo.
Uyaxola intokazi.
Ngiyaxola but angifuni futhi ukuthi sigxile kakhulu kuyo lento. Into eyi-1 ngithanda ukuyitshela abantu ukuthi abantu they should stop ukulwa izimpi zabo. Ngathini amagama abanye abantu. If ever like what happened abantu sebem-attack uJoy. Sasingekho isidingo sokwenza lokho and I'm telling you, I bet 95% of the people that were fighting, it's the same people that didn't even watch your podcast. Babe fighter because they had
other fights before.
Ujoy ute. Because I was approached by a lot of people.
Yeah, we heard when you received a lot of calls.
I received a lot of calls. Abanye they wanted to know and then
feeling pity for you.
Kukhona abanye ngaba explaining a way like I felt there's a need to like my family and my friends, my best friend, my closest people. You understand?
So it went as far as reaching out to your family.
Yes. Yes.
Okay.
Because nangendlela okwafika ngakhona weyami family yabona that is why ngithi angifuna ukuxola kakhulu but we should learn ukuthi singafight ama-battles wethu in other people's expense. So nami I'd like to say sorry to uJoy. Yes, it was bad.
No, it was
bad. Ajabule nje lo muntu ofana lana.
Sithwale nzima ukuthi sisemlethe bheki enkundleni yabantu ne besingafisa ukuxolisa maybe kuhlangothi olunye futhi oluthile olwaphathekayo but unfortunately she preferred ukuthi we mustn't mention. I understand but we did reach out and we were hoping ukuthi this thing.
One thing for sure, Ujoy is a strong person. I've always known Ujoy strong, but this proved to me Ujoy he's stronger.
Wow.
Because abanye abantu bebengeke ba survive those threats, those insults
of
and
course,
everything.
Yes.
And it's so disappointing Ujoy obaba.
They went live.
Men.
Went live.
Abanye we know them. They come to our inboxes. They talk whatever. Disgusting things. Ukuthi mawungathiwa kuyavela ukuthi usibani what. It's gonna be a shock. Yes. How could umuntu obesithi akhulume kabi
sengwele namanje.
Exactly.
Wow.
And same goes to other women. Ebebe glorify uJoy. Yabona.
It took them 2 seconds to just switch just like that.
So
wow.
Yeah, so babukeli emakhaya, it was necessary for us as a podcast, not anyway, not in any other live that is done out there. We are not going to be partaking in any other live anywhere else. We are going to address this issue here as we have addressed so far, and we believe we have done justice and reached out to all the parties that were affected. Because of certain people that we respect and we said, okay, it's fine. We will quell it down, it's okay. Or in as much as we did manage to reach out and say, even the people that are now coming out and saying, apologizing, this and that, it's okay. Tina, we see podcast Yabantu, see Sharp, see Sui, see Nande, people are just invite Mampa. Beyond there is a lot that she does, or there is a lot. She has got a lot of stories that she wants to share with the people. She has got a lot of stories that she has inside the wood. No, nte fanele mina jofu ukuthi ngibuye leli khaya la ngizoshare stories zakhe.
Uxoxe ngokuba strong kwakhe. And I wanna sithi shwi kancane sibuyele esiphezini. ukhulele khona from umntwana waze waya ku secondary level.
Yes.
Waso
life nje.
Wasubuya nini eGoli?
eGoli in 2001.
Yes.
So what happened is I got pregnant in first grade. I was 16 years.
16.
Yeah, that means I was 15 because I did 16. Yeah, it was such a disappointment.
Your parents, yeah.
So, kwase because ngamithiswa umfana wa next door. So kwaqala so ke kwase kuba nokungazwani phakathi kwama families yawabona yakho besingahlobani but look ukuthi sikhule sithi mamncane just because
next door
ngakwazi lokho so kwaba nokungazwani kakhulu because umjida waphikisiso infact aphikanga isiso waphikwa uLindoe
what
vela izanye ngathandana naye. He was 2-3 years older than me. Okay. And at that time vele bese
asaba ngamapolice uthi like ulele wamithisa underage.
Ubaba miyazi was a very kind person. Akazange afuna uku-involve that way. But we did go to emapolice because clinic but since I'm underage mangifuna ukuzobhalisa fanele kuyovula icase ye-statutory.
So unampa uthi wamithisa ngomakhelwane. Umfana wana ngaki? Imdala kunawe.
I think he was 3 years older than me.
So umuntu ethatha advantage ngoba no 15 ngaleso sikhathi.
Kodwa wa like wavuma yini umfana?
Ukuthi umithisile. Waphika nakho ukuthi besithandana.
No. Mama, ubilo mfana. Ngubani igama? Can you mention the name? Because wait. Here's why. Ngibuza kanje. The reason is lo mfana wayengadelela umampa. Waye edelela abazali bakamampa. You can't ukuthi ungamithisa next door uqeda uphikisiso. Mbani umfana wakhona? He's still alive.
Ngaka man uza.
No, ngaya. Mbani umfana wakhona akachazi ukuthi ngubani umfana.
Uzasiniki igama angishuta ngaka.
Hayi man, ngizole ukuthi ngana mina.
Ayishuta ngaka.
What just happened?
Ndizomka. Ay fuck me. Guys,
I'm happy guys.
Right mka sicela uyancane usidisturb igama sizaphiwa
Kamudala ufuna ukuphula amakamera.
uzayenza unofuna ukwenza isikhathi sakho. Angithi igama uzaliphiwa. Right, podcast ma podcast amahle then comfortable truth sikhole phambili ngohlelo Jofi ube sachaza bomampa
mebaqhubeke khona phana endabeni umfana wayala.
Okay, yeah, umfana wayala ke waphika umampa waphika konke lesisu. So angeke ngisho ukuthi kwakubhlungu because at that time bengimncane benga-understand. Yeah. So benganandaba nakho because sometimes ubunithola busy ngidlala susila. Yes. Angithi abangani bami bayambiza siyadla so akuzange.
So what wami isikolo?
Angizange ngimi isikolo ngaqhubeka because okay what happened is ngafihla mina ekhaya ukuthi I'm pregnant. Aqhubeka ngiye esikolo until 7 months.
But sasingabonakali sisi.
Sasingabonakali. So kwenzeka ukuthi kwakunomunye umfazi kamalumami la. So I think nguye wanotisayo ukuthi hayi there's a problem la ngiyatshela umama. So mama wahluleka ukuthi angibuze mina straight. So second bonye iyankhaya at that time ubehlala koBulawayo ehlala eNketha. So wacela ukuthi ngihambe ngiyovakasha kuye nge-weekend. So I was excited ukuthi ngiyavakashela usisi wami. Kanti yena uplanile lo sisi wami ukuthi angibuze ukuthi am I pregnant now?
Or even the time was not showing.
No, the time was not showing, but ngase ngiqala gain weight. And I remember this other day in Facebook when ngigqoke for me school ngithi mama, isikhetile sesisincane. But I knew mina.
Yeah.
You understand? I knew I was pregnant. My mom just kept quiet azange. So ngaya ke
wangafuna ukwethusa maybe.
Yes, ngaya ke kusisi wami that weekend. Sahlala Friday, she didn't say anything. Saturday. Then Sunday I was supposed to come back because Monday we filing in school. Nothing mean I know I'm not going back. So say Sontweni. So on our way to church, we saw mom was I'm pregnant. Mina.
We are popping.
What show.
Yeah.
Ngathi mitanga mina. Wathi okay, it's fine if ungamitanga. Cela ungabuyi kusasa sithi siso sibhlungu. Because wangibuza sesofike esontweni. Sangena esontweni but ingqondo yami yayingekho lapha. Yayila ukuthi
usubuziwe.
Sithema siphume esontweni ke I told her ukuthi yes, I'm pregnant. Wangibuza ukuthi sisungesigabani. Amtshela ukuthi ngesigabani. Okay. Because umama nguye ongithumile ukuthi ngizokubuza.
So mama
that's the reason yangenza ngangabuyeli Sunday. I was scared.
Uthi nje umama alright.
Yes, njengoba sengikhulumile kanje. Mama uzafika engibulala ekhaya.
So mama wayebonile but abantu abadala.
Yes, umama yena wayebonile wathula kwakunzima la ethi uzambuza ngiqalele ngaphi. So then ngangabuyele ekhaya that Sunday ngamtshela usisi wami ngathi mina
yesaba.
Yeah. Okay, it's fine. Ngizohamba kusasa. Then ngahamba ke kusasa. Ngafika ekuseni umama mbesebenza lo muntu osebenza afika athi umama esemsebenzini. Afika qoqisa sihlala nenye cousin yami ngozayo. Umama utheni? Ngathi mama azondanga. So mina wangafika emqolweni because at that time namafoni ayengakabi popular ukuthi ngithi usisi maybe ufonela umama sentsheni. Kanti umama siphambene. Ugibele waya kusisi. Emsebenzini wakhe mina nsiza ngapha. So nxa esebuya ngiyambona nami sibuya kukha amanzi ngiphusha le bar. I was like mina lapha ngiyabaleka. But then ngazinika isibindi ukuthi you know what? Ayikho into engizobe ngiyenze. If you are not umama it's fine ngizaqoqa because I was the first child ukumita. Like ngakaqeda isikole. Sisi wami first born wamithe sefundisa lokho. Then second born yena lo unfortunately washona. Yena vele wamitha isemdala kakhulu. So mangifika lapha ekhaya mama wathula. Monday, Tuesday umuntu omdala azwi. Wednesday, Thursday, uthe ku Friday beshayisa 8. Maku Friday wangibizela phansi kwesihlahla. Semabros sahlala lapha. Nangahlala ngale. Wabethi umntwana uyakhahlela. Ngaba lesithuli.
Yeah.
Kuthi mama adisha. Mama was a very strict person. Into engenza ngimsaka. Mama bengamandi ukuchana noma yini nje seduze kwami. So kwakunzima ukuthi ngimtshele ukuthi ngimpregnant. So wangizwa ukuthi umntwana uyakhahlela. Ngathi how many months?
Yeah.
Ngathi ayangazi.
Yeah.
Wasembuza ukuthi wena kahle kahle ugcineni ngesikhathini.
Yeah.
Ngasengimtshela.
Yeah.
Ngathi okay. Manje la sefayile size le strategy sokutshela ubaba you know ukuthi omama they are always
protect ama.
Yes. Sizomtshela kanjani ubaba so I had an aunt wayengunesi. So washona me so rest in peace. So ke wabhala incwadi mama. Bhala incwadi ukuthi yebo auntie ngale ngoba mina ngeke ngifike ngikhulume. Yabona. So aunt wafika wamhlola wambuza ama questions wambuza ukuthi lo mfana akufosana yini. Cha kamfosana mina ngasihambela. Athi okay ngizoza mina ngizokhuluma nobaba. Kwahlelwa ilanga wezo auntie. Ngavela ngabale ngayihlala phansi. Ngiyazibaba sevuma. Phinde ngibisele futhi esikoleni. Lapha namhlanje la sibhemile. Abahlala esibayeni senkomo. Mina bengithanda ukwelusa inkomo kakhulu.
Umuntu okhulelekayo.
Yes.
Hayibo. Ujabulela kwazi?
Yini?
Ukhwelo.
Ayo wena.
So ngihamba ngayo sihlalela esibayeni senkomo nje yabona. uthe sehambile u-anti kwaba nzima ukungena endlini, but then my dad approached me wantshela ukuthi hayi wenza iphutha mntana, but ayikho into esizoyenza, uncane ngeke sikulahlelele, so naso kufanele kuhambe kuyebi kwisisu, so kuzohlela ilanga ukuthi uhambe lo-anti wakho, for sure kwahlela ilanga ukuthi sihambe siye kubo kamfana. Ngahamba, it was me and my aunt C2. But to my surprise, that masingena lapha endlini kwakugcwele more than 10 people, including kids, abantwana.
Abakibo kamfana.
Abakibo kamfana, yes. Hayi kwakhulunywa ukuthi hayi lapha size ngendaba esoso. Abantwana bavele bathi hayi mama ubejwala lobani esikolo bejwala lobani. Yayibona. So
ngathi isimiye campaign.
So ngazithulela ngazithulela ke yayingekho into esingayenza, so sasuka lo auntie asebephikile. Okay, so ma ephika ubaba kamfana wathi mina, umama wathi umntana omncane kakhulu angamithisa, ubaba wathi mina ngilobufakazi ukuthi laba bayithube bethandana. So ubaba bekungumuntu oziphuzelayo, so bebuye ebusuku ukuthi besibona sime emakhoneni, wathi angeke ngimvumele, angeke ngimphikele ukuthi isisu ngesakhe kodwa sizobona ngomntwana. So sithema sesibuyele ekhaya u-anti etshela ubaba ukuthi kuhambe kanje kanje, ubaba wathi never, awusabuyelwa, angifuni ukubona umuntu ezothi uzobona umntwana, umntwana lo uzoba ngowethu.
Wahlwanyana vele into leyo.
Wahlwanyana. So kwahlala ke, it was, my pregnancy was so easy. Kwafika ke 9 months ngatetela endlini.
Ukuthi usikhathi singasivaleki. Ufuna ukuthi fast forward sekuthi umfana noma intombazana i-first born le ungakhathesi.
Ukhona khona.
Ungakanani?
Is 21.
Yebo umuntu uzawuchana isibhakela. Mama bhayizi.
Avele ngeke ngizwe. So
ngingendibhe
because sifuna ukuthi sithi uzothi sefika phambili.
But before udlule Joy, I'm interested in saying, since you have asked, is this boy, the boy is there, Mfana, did this family now, because there's time goes, somehow, I know then umuntu usuzikhulisela umntana wakho azikhulisela ngini. Akukabe le situation le ukuthi maybe so wazama to reach out and make amends.
No, but into eyenzeka as years passed, mina vele bese ngilana, as years passed, umntana mbelo khama ngithi umakhelwane uyahamba edlala umakhelwane, you find them painting naye ubaba wakhona, but akekho watshela omunye ukuthi mina ngingubabakho or umntwana athi mina ngezwa kuthiwa wena babami, you understand? So kuyileyo nto ukuthi nokudlala i-chess bethanda i-chess, so bathole bedlala i-chess bonke.
So uthi uLondo dakaza ukubona kufanele ukuthi do the right thing and
angazi since ngamgcina
because akusaphampa involved, there is no. So are you telling me he can't put his pride away and say,
look, just acknowledge.
I don't want to take the child, I just want to acknowledge and say, yes, this is my child.
I think maybe he's scared because married and he's married.
Yeah, but that doesn't stop you from saying this is my child.
We are doing fine. Mina angisiboni isidingo sokuthi aze manje. When he's 21,
yeah, but the boy is
working. No, Vela akafuni anything to do with him.
Don't you think?
But does he know who?
Yes, he knows. Even yesikhathi ayodlala lapho he knew. Uyazi abantwana esikolo bayakhuluma. Abantwana babemtshela. I did tell him.
You should.
But we sometimes we joke about it together.
But now his family, the guy's family, even let's say in a village, he deserves to be said he's a dog. You understand? But he doesn't belong to the league of us men. I don't think so. He belongs somewhere else.
Asikaze nje nefamily yakhe sikhulume ngaleyo nto.
But lisa khulumisa nomlotha kahle, lisa khulumisa
yeah, things says right. Bayakhulumisana nabo mama.
Mina ngakini mama. Yabuza kwamadoda lokho.
Oh, kanti bazalwa ngabosisi.
Yeah, I think into le lokwenza ngendlela lokuthi ifamily yakho ilokuyeyisa ukuthi sesifuna amadoda apha kulobaba right nje ozivumile. Because in real life you must be ashamed. You understand?
Yeah.
Hearing this as a man when I told you, I doesn't sit well with me to say in as much as out there singasazwani thina mama, there's no reason for us to say.
Yes.
Jesus. Again.
But you guys would jump 3 times.
Should have
Eh, no, but
No,
you
okay, so 30 minutes ago, guys.
eh, but you jump 3 times.
No,
5 2. Eh. But she looked up 3 times.
I love as cuts to do this. I continue with what you
Ne?
have. Just wait for me, like.
Okay, the cameras are hitting.
I'm a camera that I have to buy, man.
Alright.
I'm doing fine what you are.
Alright, Shaba. Ilokuzeni iEscom ne. Le yakuseyilo lo shit. Unembe luwayo phezulu le.
I remember that's
Because
the
yeah, but 3 times not into yokudlala 3 times a day.
Oh, okay. I feel I want to maybe one of these days see podcast Yabantu. Ngabantu esingabavakatshela bona.
Yeah.
Maybe have an opportunity to put them on this uncomfortable.
Absolutely.
You can't make us animals.
Because
yes.
Ngibeke kanje ekuthini kulamaphutha. Besokusiwa lokulema.
Exactly.
Amaphutha ukuthi angisase umntwana ngibabhalisile.
We understand. Yeah.
But esekhulile he has to honor.
Yes.
Akujiki.
Because njengoba spiritually eventually.
Yeah.
To the point ukuthi the value of umntwana ebekwazi ukuthi kuba bakhe ungaphi kasi. It's important. We are Africans.
Yes.
Identity is very important.
Yeah.
In as much as you want support and you want, but identity yomuntu is very important.
Yeah.
So we always blame sometimes it are women this and this, but in this case it's embarrassing.
It's our fault.
Yeah, it's embarrassing.
So siqhubeke khonapho ba usekhulile una 21. Congratulations zakuhalalisela ukukhulisa umfana sekhulile kangakana. Fast forward to ekubuyeni kwelasemzansi South Africa. Ulithatheni lolu hamba?
It was 2001. Boy, we been at 10 months at that time.
Yeah, we alive very once no more check.
No, ngabe alive.
Yeah.
So siswa wathi ozosebenzela nawe uzokuthi kunjani kwamama. So umalayithi ngambi naye wathi siyahamba phezulu.
Yeah.
But then to my surprise angasilutho mina. Sesingena egangeni ngapha mbabhula umntwana izulu liyana. Vele kwaba isiphithiphithi sekufika amasoldier sekudutshulwa khona lapho umalayithi walahleka wahamba so ngagcina sembiya labanye abantu. So ke ngafika angayi ngisebenze that time ngafika usisi wami naye umntana ke was 2 years. So ngafika nje ngamsiza ukuthi abheke umntwana. Yena she was working.
So umfana into engithandayo ukuthi wahle wasuka la because bengicabanga ukuthi uzomtshela ugogo endabeni zokufunda wagcina sefunde la
wahlala for 4 years. Then my mom wathi amfuna umntwana ozokhulela eGoli azoqala ukufunda. So he went back home wayofunda waze wabuya back eseqedile form 4.
Bangaka abantwana manje labo?
Abantwana abayi-3.
Oh.
Yeah.
Sike sabone enkundleni zokuxhumana nabathiwa ngugogo kaNdondolozo. Uyamazi uNdondolozo?
Lo umuzi uNdondolozo zethu mina lapha. Yizibuza ukuthi uNdondolozo.
Yeah. In the second born. So when I came to SA ngafika ngahlala almost 4 years without dating.
Wait, without
dating, like ngana boyfriend.
Why?
I was scared.
Cause why?
Can you remember the reason?
Okay,
like that guy want break virginity, never pregnant. So give ubhlungu nje.
We're now resenting me.
Yeah.
We slept once. Never pregnant. Broke my virginity. Never pregnant.
Yeah.
So kahle bekungasi sexy.
Oh, very sexy when I'm very.
Yes, bengazi ukuthi sexy.
Ngoba igcina 15 years. la kuvela ukuganga ngosose
wakuganga vele ke wabona ngeke ngisho ukuthi kwakuyisense yabo
so into ngimuthi vele apha ezozala umntwana just lo uzophetha kumele umntwana ama ekhulile vula indlela
ukukhulisa
hayi uqala ukuvula indlela after ukuvula indlela then bese yeqo so indlela zayivule
akulendlela yavula indlela ngayivula isana
but
so mangavula indlela but wameqa yini
ngizomeqa ngaphi ngingalamuntu
so mina vele ngi-interested khona phana if it's 4 years or 4 months uzofika egoli 4 years
ukuthi dodwa kuyela kwentombi
3 years after 3 years and some months because ngaqala ukukhomba ngo-2004
ekukhombeni manje lapha sithathe khona apha endabeni umuntu lo wamkhombayo
lo angifuni ukukhuluma ngaye kakhulu lo engamkhombayo
maybe what happened just a hint
hayi nje kwaba lo ungazwani
okay
yabo kwaba lo ungazwani
kumbona ukuthi uqala wahle wachisa vele
we got married
with this person
and he was Zulu yes
all right
yes I was
so like you mean a second relationship
19
again
at that time.
wa married
yes white wedding
oh wow
sahamba sayikhaya impela
kunjani ukushada kodwa
it's nice nje because everything is about you lelo langa I feel like yabo but then I noticed ukuthi I got married ngemncane yabona nanokuthi there was pressure guy was from a certain church so he had pressure yokuba ufuna ukuba umfundisi yes so we had to get
rush things
masinyane
because dasuka ku youth naye yayibona so then
but ekuthanda
I don't know if he loved me because indlela engitreata ngakhona I don't think it was la manje mase ngihlala phansi ngiyibheka angicabanga ukuthi wayemthanda
wena Joy this story as I liken it to the story duma kuma social media networks noma ngiqamba inkundla yakhona for obvious reasons so now there was this character called Uziningi
oh yes I remember
yeah and amakhemkhema ayesithi Uziningi lo Mpala because the way the story was crafted and also the way how we know Mpala to comment on these social media platforms
yes
it sounded like him and it was easy for people to conclude but it was not a good story to tell, a very sad story.
Very sad.
So now
very
I think I don't know if she's able to share with the podcast Yabantu for Abantu ukuthi this is Ziningi now we now know ukuthi Mpala was Ziningi angithi
yes the big reveal
the big reveal
how did you know Ziningi was Mpala
no
that's like the story
because the story sasislandela then lama comments akhona
yes
then mawusulanda handwriting Mpala
yeah
online
yes
uyakubona le handwriting
yes
handwriting Mpala
enye into engayinanzelelayo ukuthi yena wayengacomment kuleso
story yes but the crafting of the story on its own you could feel ukuthi you know when someone says something you can feel so singathi sakubamba ukuthi nguwe but it wasn't a good story to tell but I think it's a story that if you can tell today it might help a lot of souls out there because it has got a lot of strength in it
absolutely
and it's
a lot of lessons
yes so take us to this Ziningi story of where it started and the journey of this of so much there was so much abuse and so much violence in it ukuthi vele maybe ngabe Uziningi asilayo today in the form of Mpala maybe if some of the things that didn't happen
know how she was copying maybe khona omunye umuntu who's also going through the very same thing right now ukuthi engenza kanjani take us through
okay so when I got married angithi no guy sahlukana
okay
ekuhlukaneni kwami no guy loya I think ngangifuna ukuheala so I found a rebound very very quickly a rebound it happened ukuthi ube umZulu futhi
Is it in the same church or outside
no
church?
wase go outside church
Okay.
because ukuhlukana kwami noguy wasesontweni ngavele ngastop kuye esontweni
Okay.
What one church?
yes so apparently uguy lo engarebounda ngayo
The
was
one
the
yeah.
cameraman at our wedding
Ha.
wayenguphotographer at
Hey,
our wedding
liye liqhatsho cameraman.
Ambathembi.
Yabona uClevaYeRasta. Ampula umbona kumtshadweni wami.
Uthatha kwasana.
Umuntu ebhizi recommendwa kanti umuntu ekusibhekela isitshebo. ClevaYeRasta.
saba abangane no wayengurasta naye they called him yes
Finish uproducer thina sisela.
they called him
Yes.
so saba close kakhulu ngesikhathi edita ivideo yomshado but by the time is edit ivideo yomshado vele it was crumbling emshadweni
So you confided na ekamereni.
because mina
Ngisho
umshado
isithombe
wami only lasted
likezisa.
2 weeks if I'm not mistaken
Umshado walasta 2 weeks.
yes i-relationship lasted long but umshado wona walasta only
Ngoba vele wawujunyezele la umshado.
exactly
Okay.
you understand so
Cameraman.
yeah I
Urasta na.
no rasta
Ish.
yes. So Urasta is a sweet guy. He has
Zamazi
a
uyishi
very
very
sweet
sweet.
guy. Yes. So guy, how we started dating, angithatha ngisemovini eSkate. How nami yachameka ngaze ngizibone lezo zinto. So saklikha kahle nje, it was nice. First dating abuye endlini. Then uRasta kahle kahle wayihlala nomngani wakhe. So kwakungavakasheli kuye. And that time because singakadumi emaklasini. Maybe ayekhona but we were not exposed to such things. You understand? So
lalisweli ground.
sasweli ground yes. Yabo.
Manje sazikhala la.
So no kwahlala like almost a
Zingakhali.
month zingakhali. So this other time umngane wavakasha. So it was yabona.
Wahle walala ko.
Kahle ngalala khona.
Ngazakhala.
Ngala kolanjariya yabona nje.
Yey.
Afika ngamhlanyisa umzulu yabo. No waba right ke but first night we didn't use protection. Then the following day ngavuka ngiziblame ukuthi why man why. Okay fine. Kanti sengipregnant. Yabo. Okay.
I-protection alisebenzisanga ngoba yayingekho.
It was the moment of
heat of the moment.
It was the moment. Yes. Ngaleso sikhathi akekho kwaye.
So the risk associated with those things vele ungazibona ngaleso sikhathi.
Hayi vela ubucabangi lo.
Ukuthi ngingamita kumbe ngigule.
Next.
Wow, you understand it's something that you
mina ngisemathandweni understand.
I think it's a lot of things that people face.
Sengimtrust lo guy ukuthi hayi.
So trust one in mapa.
Uyabazi
Ekameni.
abafazi singena ngeheart 2
Okay.
minutes 5 seconds yabo.
Khoxo.
Yes. So ke kanti sengipregnant I didn't know. Then following day I ngisaqabana ukuthi singasebenzisa protection.
When I was
impendulo yakhe was like I wasn't alone in this. If when I was fully protection, why didn't you ask for it? So I was defeated there.
Because that was true.
I think that ngiyazikhalisa wangiphinda.
Umdlalo la funa ngene groundini.
Uthi wena usakhala
Mina ngisakhali inyembezila. Hayi, yabo.
Phezu kwakho.
Phezu kwakho. So fine.
Chaka wamnyama ndawo umqoli. Ekuphinda futhi umanyemba.
Yebo.
Mathupha. Mathupha.
So ngabuyela ke ekhaya endlini. Wahlala a few weeks nyana I got sick nje ngizizwa kahle. Into yakhona yabona siswa mathi when pregnant I was like no it can't be.
Yeah.
Yabo.
Okwenza uphike wena kuyini? Ubuntwana.
Prevent.
Yeah.
It's fun vele. It's a good question.
Yeah.
I think I don't know. Maybe akubuntwana athi angeke ngibe pregnant. So mina ngine mentality leyani yokuthi umuntu mayelo umntwana omncane kaphinde omunye umntwana.
Yeah.
Hayi umntana wami usasemncane ngize ngipinde omunye. Okay fine ke ngaye eclinic unesi wafika wathi sisi ukhulelwe wangibuza wathi ufuna ukwenza abortion ngahlula lo umphendula ngaphakama ngahamba so mangiphakama ngahamba like uguy besebenza esitudio sama social detour so so indawo yakho ngama-glass nje kangiqhamuka lapha ngibona umile nje nogeli yabona ubeka izandla zakhe so kanti ubhuti wakhe usengibonile shothi wamthiphisa fast walokho nje ayingavele ngafika ngangahlali mina ngaphuma sengiphatheke kahle ngahamba ngayekhlini then he called was like ayicela ukuya esikhulumi so I went back ngafika ngamtshela ukuthi I'm pregnant the guy was happy fine ke saqhubeka sithandana 9 months yonke until ngadeka ekudedeni kwami I discovered izinto eziningi ukuthi hayi uguy yakhe ko faithful nje because lo angangimthole naye lelala ngakwamntwana wesikolo vele it was his main girlfriend
ngapha saqhubeka mayembe futhi yini ngayo
but ngapho nabanye osisi and they look older than me you understand so kwakuyisikhathi ukuthi maybe ngamthole nomuntu I just leave
so wawuhlala umthole nomuntu
isikhathi esiningi vele ngahlala ngithole namantombazana
but kungafiki ukuthi let me leave this person
never ngizomshiya kanjani umuntu engiphi mntana wayela ko think 3 weeks
supporter
why supporter of course why ngaholi that much
lihlala lonke
no mina bengisahlala kusisi wami
okay
so ke it happened ukuthi ngahamba ngayovakasha for a weekend so ngathi mangiphuma eflatini kasisi wami ngilanda yena ngamthole mina intombazana so yangangiphathi kahle le nto wanginika isikhiwa wathi ngizokuthola endlini ngahamba ngaye endlini mayefika yena like bengasafuna ukukhuluma naye ukuthi ngiphatheke kabi kanti why uhlala ungiphatha kabi kanti uyabona hayi ngikhuluma nawe ufuna uphendula yabona ngithulele mina akhumula ijini ngizithethe uyazikhiphela nje ijini that hard pocket I twist so umntwana ulele this side yabo so mathu uyangishaya ngale yajini ngavika washaya umntwana yabo washaya umntwana ngesikopela zejini umntwana limala nje la then he was like oh so nyakushaya uyavika ngishaya umntwana wabeka ijini wangena ngesibhakela
echawumpazi ngesibhakela
wangishaya
umntwana ngapho limele
umntwana ngapho yakhala ngifuna ukuthulisa umntwana manje uqode eminyango kwenzakalani kukhiyu
usekhiyu ukubulala phela umuntu
so lapha wena uchayelwa ukuthi yena uyajula
wena ufuna ukukhuluma la
why mina ngiba snacks why ngiba fanele yena mayefika ngijabule
inezimatshe zomthole senze into engekho
so kwakunzima mina I'm that kind of a person angikwazi uku-expressa how I feel the only way of expressing indlela engifila ngayo kimi ukukhala mina if khona into emphathe kabi if I cry
yaphuma
noma ingabisele but ukukhala lokho ayibhodla kwami so yayikungishayeni kwakhe ngalobo busuku alala eqolisa ngamxolela
but awulimalanga leso sikhathi wena lo mntwana ngawulimele clinic
nama-blue eye
yo
so manje akusafanele angibuyele kusisi wami fanele ngiqale ngipholisa ama-blue eye yami
yena nguye ongavumeli uhambe kumbe wena ngoselenhloni zokuthi uhambe
nami nenhloni zokuthi ngihambe
uzama lo
but from
protect
the on-go my sister never liked lo yamjita and mina angifila like usisi wami ngishuthi akangifumeli
but when you're not telling your sister this guy is
never I never noma sengibuyela because angithi angihlali nayo kanti noma sengibuyela kusisi angisho ukuthi ngishayile so lento ya continue there were a lot of things ezenzakalayo he will bring omahosha over endlini angixoshe
la ukhona
sesimuvele sonke
yes
it happened ukuthi simuve ngikhona
afikela ala nomahosha ukhona
angixoshe athi hamba uzobona uzolala kuphi
so leso sikhathi
to an extent ukuthi ngaze ngagula
so leso sikhathi uhambela la ngapho
kwakukhona usisi esasihlala sonke eflatini wayene bedroom So ngifika ngilalela, I'll hear the screams, everything.
How did that make you feel?
You know, it was painful, but I don't know.
And still go back.
And still go back. I'll go back and figure ngishinthe bedding and wash it, ngifake bedding fresh.
And still sleep with that guy.
And still sleep with that guy. So the last incident eyenzeka wathi yena ubuyisane ne-girlfriend yakhe leya umntana esikole. So ngoba mina vele ngangifila like no, I was the one who was wrong. Mina yime ngathathela ugeli.
Wayesekwenziwa believer.
So yes, so ngoba ethi ugeli wakho uyeza, mina let me go ngizihambele kusiswa. Kanti akusinga ugeli. Uze nekalakatha esibhudla. So
I don't mean to laugh, but yeah.
So is the guy still alive?
Sizofika lapha. Qhubeka.
Okay.
So ke ayangxoshe ke ngihambe ngilale kusisi bavuke following day ke lapho ngike ngabona ukuthi no lana this guy kahle udlala ngami. So bavuke ekseni mabevuke ekseni ngeke ngithandele ithawulo lami. Ngiyaphithizela baye bathroom bayageza.
La ukhona bayakwazi
ukukhona mina, and the worst part i-bedroom yasise ngandlala kuyo yayi straight iqondane nomnyango we bathroom. So it's a Sunday abantu ema-flatini uyazi sibaningi bavuka benza ama-washing abanye benzani. So sisi la uclean i-room lakhe uvulile umnyango ngiyababona baphuma kwethu i-bedroom baya lapha ya e-bathroom bayageza mabeqeda. Then he sent me a message. He was like sengimkhiphile ungabuyela mawufuna.
Jesus.
Hayi
what a name.
Lindoe ngifike ngikhiphe futhi bedding. Yabo? Maye buye sihamba nomjida wakhe umphilana ngicela uzongiqolisela uLindoe ngimoshile seziziningi izinto engizenzileyo. Okay. I don't want to talk. Angifuni ukukhuluma ke lapha. I'm still trying to figure out ukuthi okay, if ngishiya lo muntu ngathola ingane ngisasemncane. I don't want to disappoint the family. I don't want to disappoint my mom. Again. Already ngiphume komunye umshado. Sengisiza kule enye indoda ngizoyishiya futhi. Umama uzongithatha kanjani? So nganginaloko kusaba lokho ukuthi ngizodisappoint ifamily yami. So I had to stay. Yabona. So ke ngambuza ngathi nalo sisi nisebenzile protection wathi yes. Then it happened ukuthi wayesiya kuwe ekhaya. Because he was from KZN wahamba waye ekhaya.
Kwakhuluma ukugula around this
okay. Yes. Uthe mayese KZN I felt sick nje isibeletho sami sadonsa nje indlela engayi-understanding. I went to the doctor wafika wanginikeza about 5 packets zamaphilisi. Okay, ngiphuze ingathi yalala leyanto. Understand? But la yavuka khona.
Ethi
you know abo doctor ngeke azokutshela ukuthi yena ubuza wena ukuthi wena ufila ini. Ngamtshela ukuthi no isibeletho sami sikhona. Then wanginikeza amaphilisi. Understand? So la yavuka khona I couldn't even walk. Ngagaqa ngamadolo. Yena he still ekhaya akakabuyi. Lo sise ngangihlala naye wathi yazini wena uzofa wena. Ambuye Hillbrook clinic lapha. Fika ubachazela inkinga yakho. I went to Hillbrook clinic. I went to Hillbrook clinic. Mangifika lapha nurse wathi gibele petensis. She took gloves. Faka ngaphansi. She came out with ubomvu obuhlangene legazi. Wathi wena mntwana uzofa wena. Uzofa. Uhlala nobani? Angithi ngihlala nendoda. Indoda yakho umuntu ophila impilo enjani? Wena umuntu ophila impilo enjani? Nama boyfriend amanga all those
questions, those basic questions.
Ngitshela ngathi no mina ngilala naye. So kwakunzima ke ukuthi ngitshela ukuthi you feel embarrassed. You can't just tell everybody ukuthi
what's happening.
Yes. You understand? So what okay, I'm gonna give you pills, but umuntu wakho nafanele aze for treatment. Ngathi akekho lo muntu KZN. Okay, it's fine. Mayebuya that lady gave me only 1 pill engaba so. And a packet one pills. Ngayiphuza within a few days I felt
better.
Yeah, better. yena uthe mayethu yabuya wathi ngifuna ukuza nomntwana because umntana wami wahambe na 9 months KZN.
This is the second born.
Yes. Reason being ubengasasupport umntwana. Umntwana ubengancili. So ngathi mangitete esibhedlela ngahlala isikhathi ubisi lo ngaphumbata isikulambisa umntwana. So what you have to do ngcono vele umfake ku formula of which I did exactly that. So mangimtshela ukuthi hayi umntwana uphelelwa ubisi athi angithona waba nje ingculaza esibhedlela wangafuna ukuncelisa. You understand? It was hating all those kind of words isikhulunywa ngumuntu othi uyamthanda.
Saseyizisa bahlali saseyizisa ku podcast yabantu saseyizisa lingamangali.
So ngathi I can't take umntana maye kumama. Mama already has my boy. Ngiphinde ngimthathe futhi ngimthathe lo omunye ngihambise kumama. Mama yaba lo du. Ugayi kafuni ngisebenze. Mangisebenza kuthiwa ngiyajula. If ngeke ngadlulisa 10-15 minutes ngaba late.
Yeah.
Mhlawumbe lese izolo ngifike ngo6. Ngafika ngo6:20 siyakhala.
Echayo.
Usenzana. So then there was this incident.
But now before you go there, did he agree to go to the clinic and get treated as well?
Oh, okay. So I keep on jumping that.
Yes.
So uthe mayebuya yena. I was unpacking his bag. Ngi unpack ibag yakhe I found umuthi. Then igama lakho nganga understand ngayigugula only to find out ukuthi umuthi we STI. So he knew.
When I was
and I think that's the other reason that made him go home ukuthi yena
ayos treat isi and not think
ukuthi kule ndawo.
Yes.
You understand? So he felt like.
But now would they tell to my partner? So
no, he couldn't.
So when I
because mina I had asked ukuthi did you use protection and I was yes. So lapho seshayo ukuthi sengimbambi. So yena he was waiting for me to tell him ukuthi sengikhona.
Okay.
So mayethu yabuya nomntwana ngathi no Njita I'm not feeling well please ungabuyi nomntwana. Uzobhekwa ngubani. But wenza inkani wabuya naye. But at least what my figure ngase ngingcono. You understand? Okay fine. So ngoba sahlala silwa mastand what you know what. Sengikhathele ngani. So I'm giving you notice.
Yeah.
Ngicela liphume month end.
So ekulweni wonke lokho there wasn't any help or way you could reach out or people that you could confide into ukuthi there is this situation because it's not once, it's not twice, it's not thrice. It's like something that was continuing to happen.
It was a cycle.
Yes. It wasn't easy. Just like I'm saying ukuthi kunzima to ukuthi utshela omunye umuntu ukuthi indoda phela mina lapha ngiyashaya. Especially if ubungamphikela noma ungambona ukuthi hayi uyamsukela lo muntu wena wrong. You understand? Because we would even fight over petty things. At some point wangishayela isicathulo sami.
Ukuthi senzeke.
Like ngamdlule ehlele ephuza lamajida wathi hayi wazasihlala esichile nyana. So I went there. I was wearing our pumps. So he had a problem enyawo. Inyawo zakhe bezilokushisa wathi yazi inyawo zami ziyachisa ngicela umboleke iphampu lakho. So she asked Lindoe uyashaya. Ngathi ngathi ngiyakubuza uyashaya. Then that's when I admit.
Yeah.
Ukuthi yebo ngempela ngiyashaya. So siswa mathi mina le anisupport ngicela uhlukane nomuntu wakho.
Yeah.
But angizange ngihlukane naye. Kwakunzima nje. Yabo. Kwakunzima nje ngisho ukuthi how because I believe umuntu mayibo abuser you end up manipulate ingqondo yakho when you end up because every time he saying apologize. Imagine I had to apologize for my shoe.
Sure.
I had to apologize ukuthi yena ufuna ngigqoke size 10 wesithathu. I had to apologize ukuthi yena ungikhuthe ngesting. You understand? So it went on like that again. Then umastand uthe mayise sinike notice. Ngahamba ngayomfunela ispace. I had to be smart about that. Ngasihlalela aloko ngibuze ukuthi uyafuna indawo ngithi yes. Zithema zithi 27 28 inyanga ngahamba ngayofuna indawo. Ngafuna ispace ngamasibongo. So ngasengithi kuye ayingithole ispace, so let's do this. Wena wokuhleli la ngoba indawo sithole ngesiphithiphithi. Mina ngizohambisa umntwana eKZN. Mangibuya ngizohamba in fact ngathi mina ngizohlala eKZN until size sithole indawo zokuya ngaNtende sizofuna kahle indawo.
eKZN lapho usiyahlala kubo.
Ngathatha umntwana yena he didn't even see ukuthi impahla zami mangithutha lapha zazingekho. The way so I found this other guy, he helped me sathutha impahla ngayombekela kahle ngamklinela kahle spacing sakhe. Ngathi can I just sleep for today? Kusasa ngoba noma Stanley lo ethi yena ufuna umuntu oyi-1 kusasa mina ngizovuka ngigibela ngihambisa umntwana. Then ngizohlala le ngibuye. Ngagibela, it was on a Friday, Saturday I came back. Yena he told himself ukuthi ngisasele. Ubengafone ekhaya kubo. I'm sure he called after a month only to find out ukuthi uLindoe azangahlali. Mpala azangahlali wasuka shiya umntwana on a Friday, Saturday wabo. So ekubuyeni kwami I went to stay with my cousin at Dipswood. Safika sancengisana no cousin wami, I changed my phone number. When I'm checking umntwana eKZN I would use private number. Yes. So up until this other time umama I think ngayenza mistake ngafona ngefone so kusho ukuthi wabanayo. So mase ngilapha eDipswood ke ngathola umsebenzi nami sengiqala ngathi yabona angimcontact. So then
Wait. What happened?
Umama kwangifonela, it was 2 a.m. because ngasebenza night club ngishayise night club. Yakhala mntana bambulele kanjani.
Yeah.
Yabona, so I had to make a follow up. Ngavuka the following day ngayeflatini lakhe la ehlala khona. Noma ngifika lapha ama security bathi thina lo muntu ukulimala yes ngabe limele.
Yeah.
But ukuthi ushonile ayi ngoba thina simgcine Thursday.
Yeah.
Thursday lapho sokuyi Sunday. So I went to Johannesburg.
Yeah.
Esibhedlela. Ngafika lapha ngabuza reception ukuthi is there someone by the name of so and so? Ulwasisi wa picture lapha yawathayisisa umuntu. Ngihamba ngayohlala emabhenjini lapha. So when I was sitting ngobesikhanda ngabona isicathulo nekhothe emhlophe from then ngavusa ikhanda thome nje ubaba osabisayo nje athi kimi lesibindi before ngiphendula wabethi phakama ungilandele ngaphakama ngamlandela.
Usebenza phakathi?
Yes. Siye moshari. Fika ngama nje ngasemnyango lapha ufuna Nguyelo. Yena the only way angizombona ngakhona noma ngathi awulimele maybe ama-threats.
Okay.
So all the drawers opened lo baba hayengela
bongela umuntu lama-dreadlocks yeah.
Ngase ngithi mina kulo yababa wayongiletha lawa time tanami ngikuzula ukukhuluma nalo yasesinyambona ukuthi uyakhathazeka so ngithe let me just
satisfy yes.
Yeah, but I asked myself ukuthi I don't think that's allowed especially. Akuvunyelwa lokho, you can't just take umuntu ezihlalela okay fine umoya wami usuculisekile okay lapha ke I went back to a flatini our security battalion lo muntu asimthola. Following day ngabuyela ngaye endlini, following day ngabuya futhi I went to Helen Joseph. Ngathi yabona yenzeke izole ama emotional ngingeni I'm just gonna ask ukuthi akunamuntu onje ngangamtholi. Then this other lady wathi try South Rand. It was a 10. Ngaya lapha yamangifika lo sisi wathi ngicela ungilandele manje. Ngiyafika ngithola umuntu lele embedeni. He's carrying isigubhu like bamkwazile. Bamkwaza la. So he had internal bleeding. So babhoboze imbobo ukuthi ba drain igazi le. me being me, nenhliziyo yami, I cried mangibhekile. Imagine.
But you are still conscious.
Yeah. Ube right bekhona ukuhamba, but it's been a year lo muntu singabonani singakhulumisana.
And support lingani.
Because of the pains he caused.
I went to him, ngambamba, ngambuza wenzakaleni, ngitshela no. I don't even know if it was a true story or it was something.
It's fact, yes, it's staged.
Okay, fine, I just believed whatever he said. So now I have to take care of him. Understand?
After all those years.
No, Lindoe, you can't do this. No, I have to. He's the father of my child. Ngaleso sikhathi asikashada. Understand? Fine. I took care of him until was waba right. Then kwenzeka ukuthi ubaba khashone. Now he needs me more than ever. Ngaleso sikhathi he's playing nice, all right.
Kasiko violent.
Kasiko violent. Saya insuku ngabuya bheki. I left my cousin ngabuya bheki.
Uyasebenza at the time?
Yes, ngase ngiyeke nightclub sengithole umsebenzi eBP garage eKhasenzi. I got pregnant.
Esakhe isisu futhi.
Okay, fine. I'm pregnant. Ngiyamtshela ngipregnant. Okay, fine. All right. Sashove insuku. 7 months. I woke up nje ngafili kahle. Sisibhlungu then ngangana phone. Yena uhambe waye emsebenzini. So mina ngaya eclinic. Mangibuya ngafika ngalahlela ibag esofa ngazilalela. So uyangena yena is like Elinde ngicela unginike 10 rand kunomuntu ongilinde phansi. Ngithi ayithathe ebhekini. Avula ibag then he saw ifile yabo. Wayibuyisela. He went back, wayanika loyo muntu 10 rand. Then when he came back, he was like, so hambe special without telling me. Okay, benzokutshela ngani. Ngikulandele emsebenzini. Because I'm not for. Understand? Wathi yangithi uhambe nobaba wengane. He pulled me by my leg embhedeni.
Okushaft.
You're 7 months pregnant.
I'm 7 months pregnant. So there was a table class. Pushela kuyo le. So I was trying to balance ukuthi ngivuke kahle. Yaphuka. Ngivele ngangena ngisisu ukuthi. So yeah. That's how I lost my child.
At 7 months.
At 7 months.
And what does he say? You still stayed. And what?
I felt like bengasena value. Uyiphenye indoda ezophinda ingithathe sengithi.
After all this.
After all this sokwenzekile. I remember when I was posting the comments there. Sometimes ngangicishe ngiziphendule. There was a lady owayengafuni vele ukuphuthelwa istory sami, but she was so angry. Why did you go back? But like I'm saying, umuntu mayekuhlukumezile.
They sort of own your mind.
Exactly. So after my miscarriage, I called to Siswa Mweza. Siswa Mweza, you know what?
Okay, Siswa. Yeah. So ngifuna ukuthi because of his card sihambe. I heard you mentioning ukuthi singakachat. Did you eventually get married to this guy?
Okay, so my miscarriage was 2010. Then wahlangana nabadala. He proposed his engagement.
And you're still interested to be with this guy?
The funny part, bengasena my feelings now.
You just there.
Being intimate nje ukuthi kube wayevuka ngibheke usi ukuthi
you are not doing it for him.
Like ukuthi yazi ngicela uqede usuke phela.
Exactly. Kamwehle.
Yeah.
Nanokuthi I felt like kunento angibambileyo ukuthi okay, as you know, amaphepha. So ngasizwa nguye.
Alright.
So I was scared ukuthi lo muntu uzohamba maybe
I would this is fake. Yakusisa.
So
Ngoba
I got married in 2013. Yes. My family didn't attend my wedding. My mom, my dad, what did not come.
Basebegezizana.
Azenzela mina okwekhanda lami.
But now when you are getting married, you are telling ukhuluma ukuthi wena ama feelings awasekho. Awusela thando. Kodwa ngesikhathi nxa lichada laphana, what is in your mind?
I don't know.
You just doing
My
it.
head was empty. Joy bengasa.
Masacabana.
If you saw me ngalesiya sikhathi.
Like a zombie.
Yeah. So we got married in 2013. My family didn't attend. Ahamba nabo bhuti bami abantwana babomama. It was nice. But nje the fact that my family was not there. So we came back. Then Saturday on December. Then January, February, March, April, I felt like, you know what, I can't live in. I just packed my 2 jeans, my 2 t-shirts. So at that time, Sisoma is Shalina Twist. I figured I told standing now. As for
Are you still in contact, or you have sort of stopped communicating with the guy? Mchita
committed suicide after I left.
Are you saying immediately when you left for Northwest?
Not immediately. Like I left maybe kohlala kuma 2 months. So besengilandelela. Understand?
Was wafika Northwest?
Yeah. Like Nosparon, they were very close. Nosparon became consolation, and he thought maybe he would change. He wanted the best for us. So Nosparon won Nigum Sevens. Sevens a company in Gasparon, so he had to move because the company based at Pretoria. So he had to move from Joburg to Pretoria with an traffic. So Pretoria to Braids, it's close. So Mama weekend was so in that area, kwakunabasebenzi ababesebenza eLusparon nabesebenza la, so I think bamtshela ukuthi uLindoe ngalesethe so he came this other weekend tema ifika ngambalekela mina because I didn't want to talk to him. So yena should wayesethola intombi lapho ngabona like emathaveni ahamba bayaqhekeza emkhukhwini wami ngewindi angena walala nentombazana
lapha.
Yeah.
This guy was
did you, when officially take him to emkhukhwini wakho munisda ayilo umkhukhwana, so wahamba wabreaka in?
Because even ukuza kwakhe like ukukhuluma nami mayethi ufuna sikhulume mina ngimbalekela ngangimlande kusisi wami because I didn't want ukuthi cause drama. I knew what kind of a person he was, and I was scared for my life. So I to run away in Yolala Gongani. So, Bangfika Monday saying, trying to show you more a kitten there for what's happening. Mangiting and tell a panty, couldn't date shower, only to find out the paper le condo. So then I looked through the window and one statue was like a spider. So, uthathe isithombe sami wasinamathisele ekhethenini ngekhandlela. So I called my sister, I told her ukuthi kwakunomeso omkhulu khona lapha ezo-Chest of Troy. I called my sister ngamtshela ukuthi lana sokwenzeka le into enje. Then my sister came wamlanda esayithini la because yena he had left for work. Wathi ngicela ngikhulume le ndaba yakho noLindoe uyiqede. So he came. But I was fed up. As in Kuluma, they were annoying. So,
why Kuluma?
No, Djibouti, when my wife, I want to
admit.
And there were incidents where lying shy upon if I chose one. Shy engine, that's one.
Who's this one?
But like any echo in your presence,
any echo in our presence. Because this other time, Watola, engigibele ngedolo la emqolo ngivula umlomo mina ngiyele ngesisu you understand so swallow my milk understand so sithe mase sikhuluma lapho sisi wami ethi ngicela niqede le ndaba hayi kwaba nje nohilizisana wasuka wahamba ekuhambeni kwakhe wangabuyile emsebenzini wahamba waye emkhukhwini wakhe layo renta ufika he took the pictures of our wedding wazinhlala phezu kombhede wabhala i-note suicidal note wathi ngiyazibulala because uLindoe nosisi wakhe bamenana so obvious usisi wami vele he was going to shoot.
Definitely
because she knows what I've been doing so that was it.
And what does the family say after all
it was difficult because he passed on a Monday and we called the family letting them know what
Didn't the family blame you now for his death?
you know where there's a name date always mfazi
Yes, ngumbulele.
so but bona thina umntana ethu simfuna la on Friday
kuwe bamfuna kumele wena umlethe
yeah mind you guy akana police nama nginayo at that time so nama ngizama ukusevela imali yabantwana bami ka December because we were supposed to be like bese towards December sishade 2013 December it's not even a year started understand it was November then we had to arrange which is senza kanjani
ukuthi ahanjiswe kubo
ufle wafika wathi sicela 10,000 so sahlanganisa imali yami nosisi wami somehow it was a very 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 sad journey masimhambisa le and the things said there
by the family
because sathi vele sendleleni but ayingafiki naye ekhaya
Azange bekuthukile beze ukuthukile lobuzo maybe.
no it didn't come to that but I think maybe vele they to find someone to blame
yeah
and anxiety bakwatele because even manje we still in contact right
the family yeah
after that we talked about it apologize and abasho ukuthi no we had to say something because kube nani ifike nomuntu nje lana sathula nje
Exactly.
ngizoba nalokho ukuthi what are they planning next understand so we buried him masiqeda ukungcwaba ngathi mina I can't stay here because nami ngangabathembi I was fearing for my life
yeah
so we had to come back
so where are you right now in terms of that experience as you are telling me right now? It's painful to us as men and I can imagine you as a woman. Have you healed?
the fact that I'm talking about that
Or is can you say it's a process or you feel you have healed?
no I feel I've healed
How long did it take you to get to that stage?
It took me long, maybe about 2 years. It took me long.
Flashbacks and all that.
Yeah, because I think, I don't know, but I think that guy he needed help.
Yeah, you are suffering from something.
Mases tuta impahla zakhe la ihlala khona. I found my panties there, but amapenta ngangagcine semkhukhwini. So that day when he left, he took my panties with him. About 3-4 pairs. So I was asking myself, Tombe, ekhethe nini, and amapenta ami, kahle kahle what's happening.
Wow, uthi isinga isikhathi ngoba siyaba sincane but this is a story
Lesifisa ukuthi impela
that I want us to go to the signs. Khona umuntu obukeleyo othi yena they're not sure ukuthi umuntu lo alaye abusive or not
must I stay or not?
Yes. The signs must challenge maybe Mpala a few of the signs. You know why you wanna also as much, but at the time to do something.
What would you tell someone out there?
Abuse is not about physical. Abuse, even emotional. How stupid you are. That's abuse. Yes. As women, we try so hard to please our daughter age, but at the end of the day,
you're losing yourself
in the process because supile lomunye umuntu now. Exactly. Yeah.
So, I'll urge ladies, if you feel like you are being abused, you are not feeling it, it's actually happening.
But now remember, abangani sometimes labazali sometimes kuyachutha umendo uthunyelwa kundwane and kuyabekezelwa all that kind of nonsense. Do you think it's worth it ukuthi ubone no here ngoba as you are saying ukuthi can start verbally wena ungakubona ukuthi akuzadlula and this thing grows to become something big.
If you feel like you are being abused, don't stay.
You are being abused.
You are being abused. Lokho ukuthi kuzothiwa hlala mntanami
kuyabekezelwa emendeni all that nonsense.
No, isicathulo sishisa wena. At the end of the day, you are the one who gets damaged.
Mentally and
for mina manje uJoy knows, uJoy ngiphile naye way before all this happened. uJoy knows ukuthi how I feel sometimes so we are you lose trust ebantwini ukuthi noma senze into encane you like
maybe
sekuhambela lapha you understand but then I told myself ukuthi I can't stay forever.
Yeah, it's not worth it.
I'm not saying after that I didn't have any other relationships. I did. But now I'm a because
but are you that person right now that when you feel like hey I don't belong, you are now able to move without even thinking twice.
Without manje nje noma ngathi ngizokushaya ngokuthi hayi lo muntu akazoki. I leave.
You leave.
Because what I went through it was too much.
Some of the tips and also in terms of you so tshele ukuthi ungafila engathi you are being abused. Ayenzeni umuntu lwana in terms of living because sometimes it's tricky. Kodwa ufike egoli usasemncane nebhakasebenzi uyabhadalelwa rent.
The same situation that you was talking about.
Yabona. Ayenze njani umuntu?
Because sometimes osisi uthi kasebenzi like what you are saying. Ngiyabhadalela rent ngiyusisi ngigciniwe or this person supports me financially.
Find a friend, find a family. Noma kunzima, sometimes kunzima ukuhlala nefamily. But mina I thank my sister, she was so supportive. Noma esethe I wash my hands, akazange asiwash. She was just saying because she felt like now what she said ngokuthi I'm washing my hands. She didn't even talk to the guy. Wavele wagcina nje ngathi but
who do people talk to right now when I Jovi to say like I see the way how yours prolonged because you were keeping these things to yourself.
Yes.
You didn't want to tell anyone. So what would you say to another girl child out there, to another woman out there, to say, who do I talk to? Who do I confide to? Is it safe for me to say, yeah, I'm suspecting something like this?
Find a stranger.
Invent.
A stranger will tell you the truth without judging you because I'm biased. You understand? So I think it's best to tell umuntu unless if you don't feel comfortable sharing things with umuntu ongamaziyo. But mina sometimes there are things ezinokungihlukumeza. I just find myself talking to someone. Understand? And I know that person will give me the best advice. Because the reason why I kept it to myself without telling my family was because
outcast.
You lose
wamitha umncane washada wahlukana nendoda sunalena you understand but then kuyenzeka nginayo baby date umuntu things didn't work out I left anginandaba ukuthi ubani uzongithatha at the end of the day it's my life
exactly
ukuthi ngine-orange ne-banana ne-apula they are mine
proud futhi yes exactly
I love my children love my kids same as umntanami got pregnant naye at 16 mama kandodoloza
how did you feel? Didn't you blame yourself at the time?
To be honest, that day I cried when I received that call until feel there's one person angeke but is abroad as an admin nje kwenye
hayi sithi asicheck
ama-admin
wafonela wathi kufeva yabo nathi ayakufana nomuntu wathi so why are you crying yini enzima to embrace ukuthi wathi kimi wena wamithuna ngayo wangitshela kahle wathi funa ngibize ngoziningi you want me to call you ngoziningi so it helped me ukuthi okay then I called my friend until umtendo dakelalana nasemzoba
yeah
I was like come on it's a great
it's a nice thing some people have had that chance to have their grandchildren and
so
it's a really nice thing
umntanami naye I'm sure besaba ukuthi mama but I had to be there for him
of course
I told
definitely
him no nami kwangenzakalela I'm not saying I'm proud because I didn't wish lokho kuwe bengitshela ukuthi at least umntanami naye uzomitha noma after 21 it's fine usuqedile isikole but sekwenzekile let's just embrace the moment
like we have been talking about a lot of these sad stories Jovi and it is my wish ukuthi one day she starts a blog or something. I know you do a lot
to share.
I think a lot of women out there are going to benefit. And I think it's high time, Joe, we look ourselves, do some self-introspections. As men out there, we are supposed to protect these people, but we are the ones that are causing them so much pain. And as a society, are we giving ourselves enough time to talk about these issues and say, are we doing enough, Joe, to protect our women out there, to say, why do we feel as if they owe us anything, in as much as why does it need to get there? I think it's high time as a society we stand up and talk against these things. Violence is not right. It destroys people. They might live, but they will stop living inside the feeling apparently. Affect the relationship. So it is my wish. These are the sessions as a podcast Yabantu Jovi, but I wish people can take as easy and say, look, not in my name as a man, not in our name will we ever there be a case whereby a woman is being abused. It's not worth it. If it's not working, leave it. When the sekuloboli umuntu wakubhadala, la ungaloboli umuntu ucabanga ukuthi sumlobolile usekukweleta impilo yakhe. Yes, mawuthi ujolile ujole ngento yakhe, usebenzise izitho zakhe, kasebenzisanga izitho zakho, usaselazo ezakho izitho wena. Niyeke uyofuna omunye. It's not good. Let's not resort to violence. Let's shun violence. We must be the ones championing this, not to wait for women to say GBV. Yes, these are real issues that we need to talk about, Chofi, and make sure that we address. We appreciate Mpala for being strong to tell her story. Uncomfortable truth as it is, you could see she was breaking down now and then. But I think she's someone that is very strong, that has shared a lot of these stories and helped the society. I've seen she has partnered even with you out there, and you have been out there doing a lot of these outreaches. You could feel these things are coming from deep. I think you understand her better when to know she's someone that will always be there.
She has. I think thank you so much also for the journey that you're talking about, where we have traveled to to Cape Town, to Botswana, to KZN. And every time when we get there, it wasn't just like you get-togethers as people would mention. She would share her story when we get there. We get in a circle and then she would share her story. And you find that there's a lot of women that are also going through the same or similar, where they've been through the same, but they don't know how to get out of it. And I'd like to appreciate her for that. And also, recently I've seen young girls coming, working with the netball team.
Wow.
From within there, you see young girls coming to and saying, I'm feeling like this, I'm feeling neglected. And
they're able to confirm.
yes, and from the experiences, and also from working with people around, and also from raising kids, I think she has now the ability to help anyone that is going through that. So thank you so much for sharing your story and revealing yourself.
Honestly, I want someone who feels pity for me.
Yes, sympathy. Yes.
Yes.
And not a victim. Yeah, that's what you have chosen. You're a fighter.
Even more, like if ever there's someone who's abused, don't feel pity for yourself.
Yeah.
Don't feel, because that weighs you down.
So
If there's always
uhlale iphithi kahle kahle because right now usuzizwela.
Yes.
Ugcina ukubona ukuthi let me stay.
Like I said, ngaphuma with 2 jeans and 2 t-shirts, ngathi fuck.
That's it.
I'm leaving. So into yokuba i-victim le iya-affecta nawe wena.
It affects
Yes. You need, I'm glad that you're choosing to become a fighter on yourself and say, look, mina ngingaphathiya.
Yeah.
Come what may. Isn't just come on exit.
Someone asked me why I'm always saying Mpunyuka Bempeti, and I think they were thinking ukuthi
It's a job.
Just in general.
izinto
Esiphuma endleleni.
like ngoba bekunayo
Imfihlo.
imfihlo nje biyenzeka. No. Mpunyuka Bempeti.
You've seen the West.
I've seen the West. There's a lot that I didn't share just because of time. But
I think this is a call to, especially like become situations nowadays. There are a lot of families where fathers are absent. So I want to be cool without that mentorship and wisdom. So I think responsibility lies are cool. Fundis out there that are out there, leaders in the societies, community leaders, political leaders, social leaders, and leaders that are there to come together and have these sessions whereby I believe, like if you look at the Noble Village Foundation, that is recently doing the Tavern Dialogues, we need to support those initiatives because we understand as much like what she said, herself, she thinks the guy also had problems.
Absolutely.
Yeah, but although it didn't give him a right to go ahead and abuse another human
but
being.
then I saw that later.
Yes.
And he's no longer there.
To be assisted, yes. Yeah, yes.
Let me address Amachita. Is that camera on? That one. Gents, if you feel the urge to be more powerful than the other person, there are things you can do. If you feel the urge to maybe do corrective measures on a person, there are other things you can do. Umuntu akakorrectwa indlela lesesenza ngayo. Find a sport, find a hobby, find friends that will call you out. I think okunye khona lokuthi wena mongambona mina ngisenze ngikwenzayo and I'm even sharing with you and I'm feeling proud, and then now you're like yeah, we need to start calling each other out because izinto leziqala zizincane.
Yes.
So we need to, as she mentioned, Umjita needed help, but they were not exposed to knowledge of umuntu uyabedinga usizo when things like this are happening. When uzibona wena kungoro, or you see yourself when ungodinga usizo, kanti it's both parties. For you staying meant you needed help. For him continuing doing what he was doing, it meant you needed help. But kuba nzima with our society because ngingabuya mina kuwe more ngizothi in fact I'm struggling here. I find myself sometimes the tempers high or being violent. When I'm like, that's what you must do. So guys, we need to start having conversations, uncomfortable as they are. If you're a man out there and also you want to come and say, guys, I'm struggling with this. Khona email yethu zongasithumela podcast yabantu@gmail.com. usimelele. We will see what we can do
for you,
in terms of finding help. If you also want to come here as a man and share your story about maybe what you've overcome in terms of indabas of abuse, come through. All of us, the thing is sometimes we fail to admit, all of us as men, we've been through an episode or a phase where you become emotionally abusive. You say things as limazo munyungwa, but because we don't self-introspect, we don't realize how hateful some things are. But it's high time now. We've got the technology. It does not matter who to be. We can share these things. So as I said, I want to address Amajita and address Obaba. How are we raising our sons and daughters? Abomalume, what are we saying to our abashana vetu around us? Do we do izinto zona lezo zokuchapa zokuchaba omunye isicabanga ukuthi bona bazoba njani kusasa? So we want to appeal to every man ukuthi lento ayime kasiyistopeni. It's not easy to come out, yes, and come and talk, but we are giving you this platform. No one is going to judge anyone, but let's start talking about these things.
And looking at the effect of, especially ukugula, you know, men sometimes are selfish. You might find out there's something that is wrong with you, but you know that you've got a partner out there that you are intimate, live, and that person trusts you. It's good to seek help together.
Absolutely.
As uncomfortable it might be, have those conversations to say, Mama lapha ngicabanga ngilunyiwe. So ngizazilapisa mina. Bengicela sihambe sonke la uyolatshwa. That is love. Ayikuthi usulunyiwe. Usuhambe uyodinga imbiza zakhe esayidini. Uchiyo omunye elimala ngapha. It's not unfair. It's unfair. It's not good. It's not right. That's witchcraft. So masokukhona ukukhona isibhedlela zikhona, let's go there and seek help. Let's not be a broken society. Let's be people that take care of each other. To say, I'm comfortable to my partner, we talk about these issues. Yes, or if I'm not happy about such things, or I'm able to express, not trying to develop I will not develop apart. Gentlemen, you can say that the city, very video train the city now. Nasinzela disipambu mechology no aso kucholocholo no asibo bukolo bethu lobo siyabuyala we refuse it obethu bukolo umuntu yakujolela uyamiyeka umchiye siziqhatsha ngaleyo ndlela. That's the pride that we have and vele bese siziqhatsha ngaleyo ndlela ukuthi ungangijolela akula jolotshela indoda licha umfazi kuvunyelwa. It's not allowed. Umfazi kachaywa. You understand? Mayihlule isile pride ukuthi samadoda have that pride to say, look, I can't take it anymore. Leave.
That's it.
Don't harm any other human being. Because the child will be said away. Yeah. What's the woman to us? Real and small wood is a piece of land.
Yes.
So it's a tabla. So I feel something and getting done. Yes, thank you so much.
And just your parting words to, I don't want you to speak to women only. I want you to speak to men as well, because this is not a gender-based problem. I've seen how we call it gender-based violence and whatnot, but it's not gender-based. It's human violence. It's just violence against human beings.
I think sometimes the communication, like if you feel like you are being abused and just talk to them. Shalana, you can't. Can be once, twice, but then
yeah.
Even men, they feel you. There's what you're going through. I've got this other friend of mine who was sharing his story and it's so painful. So yes. So I told him that body is
in your court.
So
you know what to do. Yes. Because this violence is not only limited to, it's unfortunate today we had you, a female counterpart, and to share your story, but we know there are also men that are being abused out there. And it gets to extremes. Sometimes it gets violent, but they can't speak to anybody. And they stay there. Yes.
But then at the same time, other fathers sometimes are gonna say this, and I know it will sound sensitive to other people.
uncomfortable, let it come.
Tina, as women, we push men with what we never shy. I'm not saying maybe that's what I did to relationship.
Yes.
Told ukuthi maybe ngiyaqabana lapha ya. Uthi akafuni ukuthinta but you come. If he says, can I get some fresh air when he feels going out, it's fine. No, because I get very so you're drawing. No.
So it sometimes genuinely needs that fresh
just
air.
let them calm down. Akukho la ungathi wakho. Ivele like amagama sewashintsha
Yes.
into wrong ukuthi umuntu
So we
umphakathi.
feel
There's
calm.
no excuse
For that, yes.
There is totally no excuse for that. So nathi thina abafazi ake sizame ukuthi sehlise kancane limini sami. Kwehlisa kancane ephusheni nabantu bethu ukuthi badini because it's not like akafuni ukushaya uzobefuna but thinking that
Because I always say amadoda abafazi they're emotional beings. That's why they talk too much, they cry. Then amadoda they're physical beings.
Yes.
Their power is in physical form.
Physique.
So sasibabona ubaba thina ukuthi ngaze ngibona ubaba mlo mama exabana. But ngambona ukuthi ubaba the way aphuma ngakhona lapha akusekho right.
Yes.
And umama wayemeke lapho mahambe because wayenanzelela ukuthi la sokule problem. Ahambe echa umoya ube sezidakela izikhathi zakhe. Ebuye sokuphelile. But kulezi insuku uyathola umuntu ezavala iminyango umkhulesa waziyo esintwini ezethi thatha isicase suppose nefast rate awindawo umuntu ezaqokoze so ngicela ngithi mina akula ndoda engachayiwe.
Yes.
But each and every person ule breaking point yakhe.
Yes.
So it's about ukuthi umpushe ozofika kuyiphi level. We all akula umuntu uthi amnanjani. But umuntu lo muntu le breaking point yakhe. So let's try not to put ourselves ku point ukuthi
those situations.
In those situations ukuthi lo sezawa breaker. Of course some they just do it
Without breaking. Yeah.
We know that, but we are saying let's understand singabantu siphathaneni kahle mase kuhlulekile kwami nawe anti sihlanganiswe ilezi zinto zethu sisibabili baba mawuthi ayisengicela ukuthi isitho sami ngithathe ngisinike somunye no problem lawe tata unikeze lo ufuna ukumnika ngisakho ulelungelo lasona over isitho sakho bese umuntu wabhadala ngomwenza that's as uncomfortable as it might be.
That's true. Siyabonga abahlali. Udaba lolu is very sensitive. If you're watching and you feel triggered, please seek for help. Your family, your friends, or if you have access to professional help, please do that. Umchita, when you're going through something, either you are abused or you are an abuser, but unzimu to kulume. We're going to give you the platform. As I said, as we go, you will see we'll start creating platforms within here. As osivumela ukuthi esixoxe bayahamba abantu labana sebeke ba alcoholics bese try AA meetings. We want to have similar meetings to men. I feel ukuthi mina maybe I've been like this or I am like this now and I need help. So singaqedanga isikhathi senu le podcast yabantu the very famous podcast. Yeah. Yeah, abafana cholo mfana embizingwe. So uhlangene izwane lembizingwe lapha. But sifuna ukuthi this platform ibe noma sithi podcast yabantu sifuna ukuthi ibe platform where we discuss ama issues wakithi njengomthwakazi because dala sibukela next door sigcine sesilahlekelwa like culture. So siyabonga.
Before Vala, mina ngicela ukuthi umoya nasembe interview.
Mina ngi-intervieweki. Ngoba sokungenzeka uma interviewer
Egcine interviewer.
Sabonga.
Thank you.
I don't know if that's how they make this. Wow.
Wow.